Today we're going to show you how to change the heating element kit on your dryer. It's a really easy job. All you're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver, a 1/4" nut driver, a 5/16 nut driver, and a pair of needle nose pliers. Let me show you how we do it. Before we begin this repair, the first thing we'll do is disconnect the power to the dryer. If your dryer has a cord on it, simply remove it from the receptacle. If it's a hardwired dryer, you'll need to locate the breaker panel or the fuse panel and disconnect the power at that source. Now the first step will be to remove 2 Phillips screws that are located about 1 inch in from either side, and they're angled outward. So if you don't have the opportunity to tilt your dryer back, you'll probably have to use a stubby Phillips screwdriver. Once you remove the screws, we'll tilt the front panel forward at the bottom and then let it disengage the 2 spring clips at the top. Now if you have room to just turn the front panel around and lean it up against the side of the cabinet, that would be fine. If you don't, you'll need to remove the 2 wires to the door switch. Slide those terminals off and disengage the harness from the harness clip, and then we'll set that front panel aside. Now with the front panel removed, we have access to the heater housing. It's held in place with a single 1/4" screw down through the front, and then another one on the tab at the rear, just a little bit to the right. So we'll remove both of those screws. We'll pull the heater housing forward enough that we can disconnect 2 wires that go to the thermal fuse. There'll also be a wire on that side to the heater element. There'll be a short jumper wire from the high limit thermostat to the other heater terminal. We'll pull those off. Then we'll remove the high limit thermostat. It has 2 1/4" hex head screws that hold it to the housing. We'll remove both of those. And we can remove the element and discard it. Now we need to transfer the high limit thermostat onto the new heater housing and install one of those 1/4" screws part way on, and we can slide the end of the thermostat housing underneath that screw. Tighten them both. Now inspect that short jumper wire from the high limit thermostat to the element. Make sure the terminals are in good shape and show no signs of corrosion or overheating. You can connect that to the heater element. On the opposite side, we'll do the same thing. We'll check the terminal, make sure it's in good shape, and make sure it fits snugly on the terminal. Next, we'll reconnect the 2 wires to the thermal fuse. Again, make sure they're snug on the terminals. And we'll line that heater housing up with the rear outlet duct, making sure that the tab lines up with the screw hole. We'll install that screw first. Now we'll line up the front tab and secure that to the base. Make sure the wire harnesses are in their proper positions. And we're ready to put the front panel back on. First, we'll reconnect the wires to the door switch. Make sure the terminals fit snugly on the switch. Place the wire harness in the clip. We'll line the front panel up with the cabinet, tilted out at the bottom, and we want to engage those two clips at the front edge of the main top. And if they're engaged properly, the panel should hang evenly on both sides. Now make sure that the door switch wires didn't pop out and get caught between the cabinet and the front panel. And then we're ready to reinstall the two screws. Now we're ready to reconnect the power, and our repair is complete.